What's up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am sharing with you a look on my current favorite eyeshadow palette right now, and that is the new Juvias Place Tribe palette. Just take a moment and look at how beautiful this is. I ordered this before the holidays and I have been using it so much. Let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial, then after that we will talk a little bit more about it. Alrighty, first thing we're going to do is prime our eye. My favorite primer is the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Caffeine. This is great if you are my skin tone, deeper, or even if you're maybe like 2 shades lighter than me. This will be great for you, and I just like to take a fluffy eyeshadow brush to blend this out. And then once I get this blended out, I go directly in with my eyeshadow. I don't set this just simply because it dries down matte, and when I put shadows over it, I don't have any issues with it skipping. I know a lot of people don't like to set their eyeshadow. A lot of people do like to set their eyeshadow primer, but I don't do that with this one. Now, of course, if you're using a concealer, just depending on the consistency, if you're using a matte concealer, that might be too heavy on your eyelid because it's a really delicate area. But if you're using something like a Nars Creamy Radiant or something that's got a really creamy formula, that doesn't have a dry down time on it, you'll probably need to set that, because otherwise when you put a shadow over it, it might get a little muddy. Alright, so I do things a little differently. I don't always necessarily go in with the transition shade first. Sometimes I like to go in with the lid color. So we're going to take this color here. Ooh, I'm not even going to say the names because I'm not trying to jack them up, but this nice orange tone here. And I'm taking a MAC 247 and I'm going to go ahead and pack this on my lid, starting in the inner and then going halfway. I'm not sweeping because when you sweep, you lose your pigment. You want it to be nice and pigmented, so just pack it on to get the full impact of the shadow, and go a little bit more than half. And notice that I am carving out basically my eyelid. I'm just going with the natural shape of my eyelid, so I'm not taking this too high into the crease. Boom. Then I'm gonna wipe off my MAC 247 brush, and the next shade I'm gonna go in is this beautiful dark teal color here, dark seafoam green, and it's got some specks of shimmer in it. Then I'm just gonna put my brush in there, and I'm going to go on the outside here, and I'm just gonna pack this on. And I'm just following the shape of my eye again, working it on the outer V. I'm not taking this up into the crease either, just right on that outer V area. Let me know if you guys are into eyeshadow tutorials, and if so, do you like it better when I talk as I'm doing it, or do you like voiceovers? I feel like for me, I think it's more helpful for me to talk as I'm doing it, but I know sometimes, you know, just depending. I feel like everyone here, for the most part on my channel, you guys like tutorials, so just let me know in the comments. I want to know your thoughts. Alright, now don't worry, we're gonna blend that line out in just a moment. Next up, we're gonna take a MAC 224 brush, and we're gonna take the shade Ashanti. It's this beautiful matte olive tone right here. And we're gonna put this in the crease. And so I'm tilting my brush up first because I wanna get right down into my crease. And then once I get it there, I'm gonna start blending it out, and notice how I'm taking this all the way down and bringing it up into my crease. Now when I get to the outside, I'm just gonna feather it out because we're gonna put a different shade on the outside. And it's okay if you get a little bit of this on your lid, we can go through and clean that up. Switching over to a M514, we're gonna go in with Sand, this deep green tone here. It's a matte shade, and get just a little bit on the brush, and this is just gonna go on the outside over here. And I'm just gonna blend it down and up. Alright, now for blending these two shadows together, first we're gonna go back, switch over to our 247, and we're gonna go back in with that first orange shade for the lid, and we're just gonna come in here and clean up that a little bit. Now what I'm gonna do is, just with a little bit of that same shade, and I'm just gonna slightly tap over the green. We're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna go back into the green shade. Got a little too much, and we're just gonna sweep just a little bit of that green onto it just to help blend out that line. I feel like the green's coming over a little bit further than I want, so I'm just gonna take some more orange and work over it. So I think I only want about 1/4 for the green showing. There we go. And then just keep tapping to blend out that line. And then sometimes I'll use my finger too. Now when I'm doing really colorful looks to make them look wearable, notice I don't take my transition shade too high, because I feel like a lot of women are a little nervous about playing with color because you don't want to have color going all the way up to your eyebrows. You don't have to do that. Just keeping things nice and low, and that's another reason why when I am working with color, I like to work on the lid first, because I feel like I have more control, and I know I'm not gonna, once I have the lid set in place with all the shadows, I know I'm not gonna let my crease color go too high. Because I feel like sometimes when you just start off with a transition and you keep blending and blending and blending, when you blend, it just keeps going further up and up and up, and all of a sudden you have way more eyeshadow up top than what you originally wanted. Next, I am just going to take my Sephora Color Wink Felt Tip. Sephora Colorful Wink It Felt Tip Liner. This is in waterproof. I'm just gonna line my top lash really, really tightly. And I'm not doing a wing or anything. I'm just following the natural shape of my eye. Next up, we're going to take the Marc Jacobs Highliner in Earthquake, and it's just a dark brown liner. I hate how expensive these Marc Jacobs liners are, but they are basically the only liners that I have tried that stay on me. They don't slide around throughout the day. They stay on my waterline. They don't run on me. They are bomb. Then we're going to take the matte teal shade again, and we are going to line right underneath the brown liner we laid down. And this is the M213, my favorite Morphe brush. This is great for smudging. Finally, we got sunshine. It's been raining here for, it feels like freaking 2 weeks. And last but not least, we're gonna take this beautiful gold shade in the center here. And this is going to go right on the inner corner. For mascara, this has been my favorite mascara, and I'm upset about it because I did not buy this. This was gifted to me, and I had no intentions on buying this, but this mascara is amazing. So you guys see what my eyelashes are looking like over here. If you're not familiar with me, I'm not a lash girl. I don't wear lashes on the regular. The only time I wear a lash is if I'm doing a very specific look and I want to have the extra glam look to it, or if I'm going out special occasion. But on a day-to-day basis, I don't wear lashes, and this mascara has been giving me everything that I need. Nars Climax mascara. I know, a bougie buy, but it's bomb. What I love about this mascara is I wasn't so sure about it because the wand is a little bit bigger than what I'm used to, but I feel like this mascara actually thickens my lashes. I feel like it makes them look longer, and it separates, and that's rare. I feel like whenever I try different mascaras, it typically only just does, you know, 1 out of 3 things, but this makes my lashes look beautiful. And I typically only do 2 coats, which is, I think, pretty standard for most mascaras that I even use. I think we're just gonna go with the nude because we got a lot going on with the eyes. And this is MAC Powder Kisses in Impulsive. Probably the least pigmented lipstick I've ever used in my life. And that's the look. I hope y'all enjoyed the tutorial. Now let's talk about the lovely palette. So Tribe runs for, ooh, I can't open it. There we go. Tribe runs for $16. I purchased mine off of the website. I know Juvias Place is available on Ulta.com and in some stores. I'm just not sure if this specific palette is available on Ulta because it is fairly new. The colors in here are gorgeous. So my two favorite colors, gold and teal. Those are my favorites. I love wearing them in clothing. I love the decor. I love the eyeshadows, and I feel like these shadows are just so beautiful, especially if you have brown eyes. A lot of people tend to talk down on brown eyes and they're like, oh, they're just brown, nothing special. Brown eyes are special. In fact, I love it when I have a client and they have brown eyes, because no matter the skin tone, whether if they're fair or deep, I can put whatever eyeshadow on you and it's gonna look good. On certain color eyes, for let's say like blues and greens, sometimes I have to be really careful about what colors I put on, because you can easily bring them out, but you can also easily lose the eyes when you start working with specific colors. But this palette, if you are a brown-eyed girl, hello, you are gonna love it. The pan sizes are great. I love the golds in here. Like I said, the teals, the oranges, this is me 100%. And then also on top of that, I just love the packaging. Like this is beautiful packaging. I think Makeup Struggle said it best one time. She was talking about Juvias Place. She described them as being the Beyonce of makeup, and they can do no wrong. And I thought that was the funniest thing. I mean, she's funny in general, but yes, when she said that, I was like, yeah, I could totally see why you feel that way. I feel like I've tried a couple of Juvias Place palettes in the past, and I'll be honest with you, I did not like them. However, Masquerade Mini and this one, top notch. And I also have the Warrior 2 palette. I have the Warrior 1 as well. I have the Warrior 2, but I'm going to use this specifically in February because I have an idea that I want to use for it. So this is my favorite palette right now. I wanted to share that with you guys because I know a couple of people are asking me about it and you want to see a look with it. So let me know down below if this is a palette that you are interested in and if you're going to purchase. Also tell me if you are a fan of Juvias Place eyeshadow palettes and let me know which one is your favorite. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. You know the deal. Oh, pause, because I need to make sure I always mention this because I always put everything in the description box, but I know everybody doesn't wear it. My foundation that I'm wearing, I'm actually testing out the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Deep Golden. That's what I have on today. I set it with powder because y'all know I'm an oily girl. And then I also have the Kat Von D D35 Neutral Concealer on. Going back to Tarte really quick, I know a lot of people feel a way about Tarte. Only reason why I'm testing this out is just simply because I have a client that works for Tarte Cosmetics and she gifted me basically the whole foundation range for my client kit. So I don't necessarily know that you guys would see me using this on camera, but more so for my clients. But I know someone's gonna ask me what's on my face, so that's what it is. Okay guys, so you know the deal. Keep it simple and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.